The Samsung Galaxy Z Fold6, a device that transforms, adapts, and redefines what a smartphone can be. However, are foldables still the future of smartphones or still just a gimmick? Stick around and let's unfold the truth. Performance wise, of course, this is packed with Snapdragon's latest and it has high end refresh rates ensuring blazing multitasking performance, so I've yet to have any stutter or lag using the Fold 6 and it remains cool throughout my usage. Durability has always been the main concern with a foldable phone. But the Galaxy Z Fold 6 addresses this head on. With a more robust hinge and stronger materials, you can feel the difference. It's built to last, giving you peace of mind every time you open and close it, regardless of how hard you slam it shut, by the way. I'll touch on this a bit more later, but compared to the previous folds, this has to be, I think, the strongest, most durable fold yet, and opening and closing it, you'll notice it right away. This hinge is quite impressive. The overall squared off design, just the whole package here has really left me really impressed. While the new camera setup includes better sensors and advanced computational photography features, resulting in significantly improved photo and video quality compared to its predecessor, the Fold 6 still lacks top-tier cameras. Samsung threw into the S24 series this year, which is still quite unfortunate. You're paying more but getting less here in terms of the cameras. There are slight raised camera bumps here, as you can see, and then I also have to note that the little rings around the camera array are actually quite sharp, so just to note that. The fingerprint sensor, which is built into the power button, as you'll see here, is very fast, very fluid. I've had zero issues using this throughout my use. It unlocks pretty quick and pretty consistently every single time, regardless of how you're unlocking the device. It is a very smooth experience, and again, no issues with the fingerprint scanner here. All right, so we know that Samsung has truly outdone themselves in terms of displays, and the Galaxy Z Fold 6 is no different. They've really outdone themselves here with brighter, more vibrant screens that offer stunning color accuracy and silky smooth refresh rates. So whether you're binge watching your favorite series or playing any games, the displays are excellent here in any lighting conditions. As you can see outdoors even, they're going to be very bright displays that I think many people are going to be very happy with. And honestly, of course, with the foldable, you have that larger inner display. The displays here are really the selling point of the Galaxy Z Fold 6. Looking at the display, watching content for me has been very enjoyable. All viewing angles, it just looks stunning, very immersive, as you can see here, and with far less bezels and those incredibly bright displays, especially that inner display, it looks great. And even with the little squared off edges here, it's actually rounded enough that it hasn't hindered my usage. So as you can see, it kind of fits into my palms well. I don't know if that'll be the case for everyone, but it does not dig or cut into my hands, even though it looks pretty squared off. Those rounded off edges definitely help. At first glance, I didn't think that was going to be the case. I thought I would have issues holding it, similar to like the S24 Ultra's kind of rounded off squared sides, but these are perfect for viewing conditions, and holding the device has really been a non-issue for me throughout my use. Honestly, I personally primarily use the Galaxy Z Fold 6, like other foldables, for content consumption. For me, I absolutely love watching YouTube and other content here on this larger inner display. The display looks just so incredible. And I also like to just prop up the Galaxy Z Fold 6 like this while I'm working and watch content. Call quality has been great. I've had no issues with reception, regardless of where I travel with the Galaxy Z Fold 6 so far. It's been great for communication as far as calls, text, connectivity, wireless connectivity with Wi-Fi, etc. It's all been great. I've had no issues with multiple carriers that I've tested it in this device specifically. So connectivity's been strong, and really no dead areas or drop calls or dead zones that I've noticed using this device, which is great. While the Galaxy Z Fold 6 certainly is another refinement on top of additional refinements from all of the previous folds, I have to say Samsung caught me off guard with this one, and using it the last few days, I actually found myself enjoying this fold series more than any of the other folds from Samsung. Maybe the first, it was exciting to have that first foldable. But this has been an impressive device. Just in the hand feel, it's lighter now, so that the squared off build with the lighter reduced weight, it just makes for a really great foldable in everyday use. And personally, I've grown to like it the more and more I continue to use it. It's certainly not a device for everyone, and I've mentioned that in other foldable videos, but if I were to pick up a foldable, it's certainly a top contender right now. Looking back at the Z Fold 5, for example, there were subtle refinements coming from the Fold 4 and the Fold 3. I mean, if you look at the Fold 4 and the Fold 3, you'll notice just comparing now the Fold 6, there are many welcomed refinements in just the bezels and the overall design, the thickness, the weight. Samsung certainly made great improvements across all of these devices, and I think we really owe it to Samsung for some of these changes and refinements. I hear a lot of people talk about how, they want more changes, they need more. Well, I mean, I think Samsung's done a phenomenal job if you really sit and compare each one of these devices. Yes, of course, I would love to see more as well. I think many people would, but the Galaxy Z Fold 6 shouldn't be sold short. I think the changes in the front display, it makes it easier for typing, for example. I really like the fact that there's way less bezels here. Would I like a larger display? Absolutely. I mean, I think most people would, right? Anything for additional ease of use. But for many people, they do like the narrower display and the smaller device, and they can still type on it without issue and use it with one hand without issue. So there's many people, I think, that still absolutely enjoy using this form factor. So from my standpoint, I absolutely love the Galaxy Z Fold 6. I've been pretty impressed. I've been using a lot of Samsung's devices lately, including the Flip 6. My other primary device has been the Galaxy S24 Ultra. The Galaxy Z Fold 6, though, has really impressed me over the last few days. I've been really shocked that, honestly, how much I've liked it. I put my SIM in here, my main SIM, and I didn't think I was going to like it very much, just coming from other folds and personally preferring, the Pixel Fold, the OnePlus Open, but just using this Fold 6 over the last few days, I really like all of the refinements. And I think a lot of those refinements really spoke to me throughout my usage, and it's something you notice throughout your everyday use if you've tried the other foldables. So of course, if you came from a Fold 4, Fold 3, you're going to love the Fold 6. Certainly, if you're coming from the Fold 5, I think you'll enjoy the Fold 6, but I don't think you'll appreciate the refinements nearly as much if you've been a long time Fold 5 user. Personally, I still wish Samsung would improve the cameras here. It's just something that I think has been frustrating for a lot of Fold users. It'd be nice to see the higher end cameras. I've also been using the Flip 6 for a bit, so definitely stay tuned for my review of the Galaxy Z Flip 6, which is a very unique form factor, and I have a lot to say, I think, about the Flip 6 for this year in comparison, especially to the Fold 6. They're very different devices and serve very different audiences, but again, stay tuned for my Flip 6 review, as I have plenty of thoughts here on this specific device and my usage of this device as well. It's a great device. It's very compact, definitely very different, like I said, from the Fold. Now, the Galaxy S24 Ultra is still near and dear to my heart, and it's still one of my favorite devices to date. I think Samsung absolutely nailed the build of this. I think the overall design is great. Not only that, you're going to get that built-in S Pen for when you need it. Personally, I don't use it a ton, but again, it's also very nice to have when it is there. I've used it quite a bit here and there for like signing documents, etc. So it's been useful when I do need it. The fingerprint scanner, super fast, great display here. Just the overall S24 Ultra, you can see I have my main SIM back in there because honestly, this device is just so hard to beat, and I find myself constantly gravitating back to it. My wife actually left her iPhone 15 Pro Max twice. She's gone back to this S24 Ultra as well. She has the black model, but I now have this gold model, and I'm absolutely loving it, even in compared to some of these devices, especially the cameras. It's just really hard to put my SIM in the Fold 6 here and then lose out on the cameras that I get with the S24 Ultra. Now, by no means are the cameras bad here on the Galaxy Fold 6, but they're just not as good as what you'll find on the S24 Ultra. Again, we have that really great durable hinge, and we have that inner display, which really is the main selling point of this device. But anyways, to wrap us up, the Galaxy Z Fold 6 is certainly a marvel of modern engineering. It's a glimpse into the future of smartphones with its revolutionary design and top-tier performance. But it comes at a premium, and it's not without its many quirks, of course. Is it worth that steep pricing? For those ready to embrace the future and redefine their mobile experience, absolutely. For those looking for something more practical and everyday use with higher end features for less, maybe look at Samsung's S24 Ultra series instead. Let me know in the comments down below, though, your thoughts on the Galaxy Z Fold 6, on really any of the Samsung lineup. I look forward to that conversation. As always, thank you for watching. Take care and stay safe.